Yeah, so we got a long, lean rectangle type composition. So we're going to split this composition into this narrow band on top, this big band, and then another narrow band for the floor. So if you're using your whole paper, you can give yourself just a line across the bottom to get rid of the excess, or fold it. I'm going to say that's the bottom of my entire composition. If you happen to have a ruler handy, which I should, even do that. And then the remainder I'm going to break up into the floor of the train, and above we'll have the baggage area. Not the straightest lines I've ever drawn, that's okay. A little wiggle here and there makes it whimsical, and these cats sure are whimsical. Then we're going to stick in these 3 windows. We've got some windows to the outside, and we're going to leave some space in between each one. So I'm going to give it my best guess on where this middle one is, smack dab in the middle. Very close to the baggage above and not so close to the floor. Sketching it out fairly light and loose. And then I'll try to add 2 more about the same size on each side. Right underneath that window is the back cushion, so we only have this thin stripe of tan before we hit the back part of the bench seats. So that's another line going right across. It's going to get a little bit confusing here. We've got our back of the chair. We have the back of the seat, the front of the seat, the height of the seat, a little bit of a gap, and then the floor. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines that we're going to make. We already made the first.
Yikes.
Yeah, we already made the first, and we're going to go ahead and make the back of that seat go all the way across. So I'm going to put a line that goes up and down to remind me this is the back part where I would lean my back against, or a little arrow here, up and down. Then we have another line for the top of the seat. So this is where my cat would sit. I've got the height of that cushion, so that line is going to be very close to the previous one. And then this part is probably wood that just raises up the seat a little bit. So I'm going to, oh, wait a minute, I lost it. Vertical, flat, vertical, and then wood, so a little higher than that. And then this would be my floor. All right, with all those lines in place, now we can finally put in some cats. I'll start on the leftmost window with this cat looking out over the lake or the ocean that they're crossing, probably on a bridge. Same thing we always do, that oval for the head shape. Some ears to make it a cat. That longer oval is going to go past this line. That's the back of the seat. So it can sit right on the top of that cushion or right in the middle between this distance here. I'll erase out the shape. Add the tail. And for this back leg, it'll be smoother on the back, a little flatter, and then a little curvier on the top. Doing that double curve for the thigh and then the rest of the leg. One more time for the other leg. And then this front paw grabbing that windowsill, so we have to go over that windowsill and back into the body, curving it right over that edge. Some whiskers, and that's one cat done. And this cat he's sitting next to, not enjoying the view so much, nodding off. Just going to make that head tilt. I'm going to tilt my oval. Erase out the inside. Add those ears also at an angle. Adding that longer oval for the body, and I want that body to end somewhere in between these two lines so that the cat is sitting on the cushion. And these little arms are just relaxed as he's nodding off for a nap. Little cat feet are dangling off the edge, so I'm going to have this leg go past those two lines that show me the front of the cushion. Still flatter on one side and curvier on the other. No tail showing on the inspiration piece, but if you want to add a tail, you can add it curling and sitting right on top of the cushion. And when I draw this face, I have to keep everything on the angle, so it might be easier just to tilt my paper until the ears are straight up, and then draw the face like normal. But that little bit of drool, that's going to go with gravity, so I have to turn my paper back right side up and then draw that little raindrop shape. And outside this window, we have some water and some clouds going along the horizon. So I'll put my water line right behind my cat's head. Some big puffy clouds. And we'll move along to this next cat having a little snack while he's on the train. Another one that has his head tilted a little bit, so the oval is also going to be tilted, overlapping that middle window. Erasing out that shape. Adding those triangle ears. Also add an angle. Maybe too much of an angle. And he's more of a chubby fellow, so I'm going to have a little bit thicker oval for the body, but still going to end up right in between those two lines for the top of the seat cushion. Erase out that line. It's being overlapped. Overlap is easily the #1 thing that will make your drawings look better. So anytime you have to erase out a shape, that should mean I am making my drawing look better. Those little legs dangling off the cushion again, so I'm going to draw that leg coming down. A little chubbier than normal. Erasing out the shape. Ooh, means I'm making my drawing better. no tail showing on this one, but if you want to add it anyway, because tails are cute, just make sure that it doesn't bump into any of the cushions. And he's got a little bowl of food that he's holding on his lap. So just like we used to do in Teacup Dragon class, I'll start with that very flat oval at the top of the bowl. Draw the sides and the bottom. And then we can have this paw come right over the side and hang on to it so it doesn't fall off his lap when the train jostles. You can fill up the bowl with it whatever you like. I'll just put some little circular shapes for kibble. And because this is apparently a Asian cat eating kibble with chopsticks. So I'll make this arm come up. I'll draw the mouth so I know where the chopsticks are aiming. Actually, let's just draw the whole face while we're here. And then we can just draw those two sticks with a piece of kibble in the middle. And you can see there's some lines here to look like his cheeks are already full and he's still eating. So you can add those little parentheses on the ends of his mouth there if you like. And in between them, every once in a while, you'll see this little wrapped up bundle. That's the belongings of the passengers. So I can put a little bundle right here behind my cat that's eating, because overlapping is awesome and makes your drawing look better. Little ties of the fabric, little leaf shapes. And then outside of this window, we have some trees passing by. So we've got these nice big leaf shapes, but that water still continues as well. I have to make sure that the water from the first window looks like it's continuing right into the second window. And then I can overlap my tree leaves. And that cloud that was in my first window is going to continue into my second window. Just so we get the feeling that this is all the same outdoors, that these aren't different framed photographs hanging on the wall. And we have another little guy looking at this passenger's food hungrily. Gonna have another little tilted oval here. On those ears. This one has those bigger cat eyes, so I'll start with those leaf shapes. And put the eyes closest to the food that he's looking at. Right on the edge of the eye there. Little nose, little mouth. A little bit of drool coming down. So hungry. That body is once again going to end between those two lines that look like they are the top of the cushion. If I draw the body above that line, that cat is going to be floating in midair. Not something I want for this drawing. Maybe if we did a stage magician theme, I would, but not for this one. I want those legs to curve over the side of the cushion. Curve over there. The tail on this one. And resting his paws right on his legs. So we'll have some straighter lines. This next cat catching up on his reading. I'll put another oval. But the body is going to be covered up by this newspaper, so I think I will just draw the newspaper first. I can see that the newspaper also covers the bottom of the face, so I'll start my newspaper inside of the oval. Make that rounded V shape. Come down the sides and end in that curved V. If all goes according to plan, when you draw a line from that center V to the bottom V, it will go straight up and down. If not, you just adjust. That's what your eraser is for. Newspaper has a couple of pages, so I can also add another tiny, skinny little shape at the top here. That extra page of the newspaper. Some little paws holding the sides. And then I'll come back and do the head, like we always do. Ears, eyes, nose, and a mouth. But that mouth is going to get covered up by my newspaper, so I don't have to worry about it too much. Some little pupils right at the bottom of the eyes. That looks like he's looking down at the paper. And then we have his lower body sticking out of from the paper on the bottom. So we'll have just that last little bit of rounded oval poking out. And his legs are also dangling off the side of the cushion. So I'll have them wrap around and around. Curvier on the top, a little straighter on the back. And I like putting the tails off to the side so it doesn't look like he's sitting on his tail. I certainly have never seen my cat sit on his tail. And I don't think I'll have room for both of these cats sharing the snack, unfortunately. So I think I'm going to make up my own cat on this last place on the bench. Same thing, oval for the head, longer oval for the body. And I think this cat will be maybe reading a regular book. We'll do that V shape again, but smaller than the newspaper. This will be a long-haired cat, so I'm going to add some extra fur on the cheeks. They have a poofier tail. Maybe even give this cat some glasses. Well, we're about halfway through time and halfway through the drawing. Try to straighten out this top line just a bit though. on this top rack, I'm gonna have luggage, lots of luggage. Start over in this corner. A lot easier than you would first think. We've just got this rounded rectangle type shape. So I can start with that. A smaller one of those in the center. And then some kind of stitching or patterns, something like the basket pattern that we've done before, or just a little dashed line. Helps it show that it's luggage. Some of them might have an identity tag so that nobody loses it or takes it by mistake. More of those wrapped up bundles. And this one has a cat sleeping in it. So after I draw the suitcase shape, I'm going to put half of an oval for the head. And half of a long oval for the body. Add those ears on top. Little closed eyes. Nose, but I'm pretty sure the suitcase will cover the mouth, so we don't have to draw that. You can put a little line to indicate that the tail is wrapping around if you like. And to help show that this cat is inside the suitcase and not just on top, we're going to make some lines to show the top or the flap of the suitcase is vertical.
Oh, my thingy keeps alerting me that Zoom keeps alerting me that the internet connection is unstable.
Okay. And some of those suitcases have netting to keep things in place. You can put in some little cross hatching there if you want to put in some texture. And I've got this cat. It looks like he's almost about to fall off the edge there if he's not careful. Hanging right over the side. So I'm going to start with this back leg that's dangling over the side here. Flatter on one side, a double curve on the other. Erasing out the shape for overlapping. And the front paw is also dangling over. So if I draw the tummy line over to the front paw, that's going to go right over the edge. And the head is resting right on top of that front paw. So the chin will even curve right into the top of the leg here. Put in some ears. Some sleepy little eyes. Whiskers. This one actually has a fluffy texture, so the line isn't solid. There's just all these tiny little marks. If that's something you want to try out, you can go around the whole outline, making those little fluffy marks. Coming down to the tail, it's also dangling off the edge. Erasing out that shape. And behind him is a little wrapped up bundle. And then we've got more luggage on this side and a little suitcase full of kittens. I'll probably leave out these bundles and purses and things. I don't think I have quite enough room for all of them. And I'd rather have the kittens. So I'm going to start with the suitcase for the kittens. Rounded rectangle shape. Another one smaller, right dab, smack dab in the middle. And three little ovals for three little kittens in the front row. They all have their ears. Tiny little dot eyes. Little dot noses. Teeny tiny little mouths. Some small whiskers. And then I'll put one more row in the back, so I'll have just a partial oval between these two and a partial oval between those two. And again, to show that this is an open suitcase, I'm going to draw the top part of it going up. Little cross hatching. And since I don't have space for these other suitcases, I'll fill it up with bundles and purses and bags and things. Whoops, I forgot my third window here. Need to have that tree continuing to the next window. I'll just trim off my extra paper and then start coloring for once. I don't have any time, but today, get to some color.
Hey, do you guys have problems where people will just set off fireworks all the time?
Especially around this time of year.
Yes,
Yeah,
it goes on and on.
honestly, I don't mind it, but my dog.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They can't understand. They just suffer, and I hate it. If it was just one night or even several nights, but it's weeks. And I know it won't end on the 4th either.
No.
Yeah, we have to like once it starts to get dark, we have to give him little marijuana treats to calm him down.
Does it work?
Yeah,
Oh, well,
but it makes it so I can't like take him out on walks at night. That's,
Oh, yeah.
that's not
Yeah.
hot. So my mom wants to meet, hopes that we can actually get up early enough to do it then.
So do you have legal fireworks in Lodi now?
Honestly, I don't think so.
Thanks not. I mean, they sell them somehow legally. I don't know if they actually
Well,
can
they
be
sell
fired
ones that
off.
are legal, so you do.
Yeah. So the
And
selling is fine.
well, and the type they sell aren't quite as loud as the illegal ones that are just
Yeah.
awful.
They do have that one like whistling one that is quite piercing, but as for like the booms and the crackles and stuff, yeah, they're not quite as loud. But yeah, people fire them off anyway.
Yeah. Oh no, people have plenty around here that are illegal as well as the legal ones. I wish they had none, and then you'd know
Yeah.
they're all illegal.
They're all legal, that's right. Well,
I think
especially
we
with
still have them, but
just the fire hazards and
especially now, gosh, there's already
Yeah.
fires burning.
Yeah,
Remember
once
last year, the smoke? Oh my God.
oh yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, one time I was out with my dog, and then they started to like do fireworks, but
Uh-oh.
and I could see them from where I was at, and I was almost tempted to like actually just like walk him over there just to see where it was coming from. But then it started getting dark, and I realized that was probably a bad idea, so I went home.
Yeah, that was, I mean, you might think, and if you had an opportunity, it might be something to kind of get them used to it, but there's no use having a scared dog.
Yeah. Now one of our dogs got out of the backyard, ran halfway across town.
Oh,
Because it's a holiday weekend when we were looking around for him and trying to look at, shelters and things where he might have been dropped off, all closed because it's holiday. So we had to wait clear, I think maybe 2 or 3 days before his, I don't know what, I think they scanned for a chip and it didn't register because I know he was chipped. But then my mom found him at one of the local shelters and I said, yeah, we picked him way across town there.
I have noticed that at least in Stockton and Tracy, they're waiving all the fees for reclaiming for the whole month of July.
Wow.
Well, that, it can be pretty expensive. They have a boarding fee and a this fee and a that fee. It's just like anybody going to the hospital or something, so expensive. And that's really hard. You're just trying to rescue your dog.
You're right. Yeah.
And if they're not hurt, well, that's great, but then you shouldn't have to pay a lot of money.
That's true.
So I'm glad they're doing that.
Oh wow, colors.
Yeah, come along. Okay. And with what, 20 minutes left? Did I make it?
Oh, Mikey, did you work any more on the that cute little brushing the teeth with the unicorn hanging in the or appearing in the mirror behind? I guess it was hanging.
Oh, that's a good question. Did I? Let me check.
Because I want to see that again. I just thought that was fantastic.
I kind of worked on his face a little more, but not like a lot in that piece, sadly. Which makes me think, man, I should return to this and like do a little something.
You should. because it's worth it. Because that was a really, I mean, it was a great idea and it was looking good. I really liked
Yeah,
the little ducky part of it.
yeah, I definitely need to come back to it because there are other things I want to do with it. Like I kind of like wanted to like not like a complete shelf, but I wanted to like have like a little bit of like a suggestion of a shelf in the back, like on the wall with the mirror,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
people look and little stuff like that.
yeah. I mean, that was part of what we were working on was filling in the gaps, all this luggage here.
Yeah. That's all the background is, really, just chopping up the space.
Yes, it's true. We're doing lots of little backgrounds here.
Yeah, hold on, I'll bring it up. Hold on, give me a minute. Want to see it?
Yeah, I should be able to share. I don't think I have anything sharing.
Man, one thing I just adore is the function of color coding your layers so that way I don't have to like look at the name. I can just like look.
Say, that's really smart.
Yeah.
Oh, is that easy and quick to do? Easier than naming them all?
Oh yeah, it's simple. I just select my layer and then I see this little like block here and I can use
Oh, hey, that
choose
is great.
the reward and then I can like do this.
That, all right, so you just set yourself up a series of colors and use them. Brilliant. Yeah, I think
Yeah, it's
that would
great.
make things really easy. Ah, but back to the picture. Yes, you worked on the unicorn.
Yeah, I think so. It's a
Yeah,
little different from
I like
what I
everything but
remember.
the horn. I actually like the angle of the horn, but I think it just needs more detail.
yeah. I think I wanna like change the shape a little, like
Right,
maybe.
a little spiral on it or something. But the ears and the face, the smile on that horse or that
It's not
unicorn.
supposed to be a smile, so it clearly needs work.
Well, the eyebrows make him look like he's sort of grimacing, so he's showing teeth.
More of a
Oh, okay, yeah.
snarl.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm not sure. Uh, an evil grin.
That's not what he's supposed to look like, so that's needs work, obviously.
What is he supposed to look like?
But yeah. Oh, he's supposed to look like a unicorn. Part of me is just keeps thinking I need to simplify him so he kind of looks like this. Because for some reason, whenever I kept drawing him, I kept doing it like too many details.
Oh yeah. Although he's one of the main characters.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, that.
Well, I think that one's well worth continuing to work on.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a little cute, fun idea.
It is, it is. And your toothbrushing worked out really well.
Thanks. feel like I've done the thing where I've gone like too long of a period without drawing, so I've forgotten things again.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for some of those recordings. There's a few I keep going back. I remember which one we learned that on. I just don't remember what we learned.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I want to see the deer again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's see how it's coming along.
Oh wait, should I wait for you to finish your thing? Because it seems like you're almost done.
I'm just finishing this bowl and done.
Yay!
Wow, I like
Science
that.
made it.
I like
Yeah.
the leaves in the mirror in the window.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That came out. All right.
Yeah, the cats, the kittens, and the
The
box.
kittens. I like the kittens in the box a lot.
Yeah, it's very cute.